Today, we dive into a whirlwind of controversy surrounding SAFA President Jordaan and his recent clash with Newzroom Afrika and the Hawks. Stay tuned as we unravel the drama, uproar, and unexpected turns that have left many, including myself, in astonishment.
Molini, and welcome to yet another episode of Conversations with Langosi. Now, this is the news commentary section where we will be offering insightful commentary and exploring various perspectives on the stories that shape our world.
Now, Danny Jordaan was born on September 3, 1951 in PE. He is a renowned sports administrator, a former lecturer, politician, and anti-apartheid activist. Jordaan was awarded the Order of Ikhamanga in gold for ensuring that South Africa secured the right to host the 2010 FIFA World Cup. He is currently the president of the South African Football Association. Now, let's move on to where it all started, right? So, it all began when SAFA President Danny Jordaan took to the spotlight, unleashing a wave of criticism aimed at Newzroom Afrika for airing an exclusive interview with former CEO Dennis Mumble. And his displeasure did not stop there, guys, as he shocked many by lodging a formal complaint against the Hawks, igniting a firestorm of speculation and intrigue across the nation. Now, as the tension between SAFA President Danny Jordaan and Newzroom Afrika reaches a boiling point, questions linger in the air as to what could have prompted Jordaan's intense reaction to the interview with former CEO Dennis Mumble. Was there more beneath the surface than what meets the eye? Because why would you react in such a manner? That reaction on its own is a red flag, honestly speaking, because again, if you had nothing, absolutely nothing to hide, you would not be wasting your time trying to sue Newzroom Afrika for defamation. It's like you're saying everything that you guys put out there is true. I'm just trying to pay you. Well, I'm just trying to get you guys to pay for airing out my dirty laundry like that. And it's just weird. Anywho, guys, without me off ramping, let us get into this article. The South African Football Association has lodged a complaint against the Directorate for Priority Crime Prevention, the Hawks, after it carried a raid at the SAFA headquarters last month and seized items including laptops. The association says the Hawks have since returned the items, but they want the High Court to set aside the warrant which gave them the permission to raid their offices. This was revealed by the association after its Congress, which was held in Boksburg in the East Rand on Saturday and attended by representatives of SAFA's 52 regions and associate members. Meanwhile, SAFA President Danny Jordaan has poured cold water on serious allegations of lack of governance made by former SAFA NEC members, including former Vice President Mariale Dwaba. Gruni Hluyo, the SAFA CFO, says they returned the items on the 11th of March. In terms of the steps we have taken, on the 15th of March, we lodged a complaint with the judge because the raid which was done was unlawful. We are waiting for further action from the judge, and on the 4th of April, we lodged an application with the High Court to have that warrant set aside. Despite serious allegations of financial mismanagement being made against the association after it also reported a loss of almost 52 million rand, Jordaan remains resolute. He says all is well and says he will not be drawn into discussing issues raised by non-members when all association members are happy no issue, not a single issue was raised by people who are not our members. So what must we do as an association? Must we respond to non-members? And must we answer and be accountable to our members? We deal with facts, not allegations. With Banyana having again failed to qualify for the Olympic Games, Bafana were also on the agenda with their 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers coming up in June. Guys, this article can be accessed via the SABC website. However, I'll definitely leave the link in the description box below. Now, let us get into the red flags and the points that I got from this article, right? One, Jordaan's public criticism of the media's actions underscores the importance of controlling the narrative and safeguarding SAFA's reputation. Two, by lodging a formal complaint against the Hawks, Jordaan is asserting his authority and challenging perceived threats to SAFA's autonomy and integrity. 3. Jordaan's aggressive response to media coverage and legal intervention may be viewed as an attempt to suppress dissent and control the flow of information within SAFA. So him targeting Newzroom Afrika and the Hawks, that could be seen as him using his position of power to silence critics and undermine the principles of free press and impartial law enforcement. You know, in his head, he may think that he's doing the Lord's work by attempting to control the narrative, but on our end, this is him cementing whatever allegations that have been making their rounds about him and his leadership style. And his reaction is not shocking because there seems to be a trend among senior ANC leaders and politicians of not being interested in accountability and taking accountability for their own contributions to certain flops that, you know, happen under their watch, under their leadership. You know, so I'm not surprised when it comes to this man's arrogance, you know, but it's just weird, you know, how he is so entitled to this whole thing. Literally, the energy, his energy, his tone, his approach screams entitlement. You know, we're also getting the how dare you. That is why Lotata does not waste time when it comes to dealing with people. Abakupele ama lawsuits where he is suing them for defamation of character, because how dare they? And this is weird because, again, it makes us question these leaders and their understanding of the fruits of democracy that we currently enjoy as a country. If people like him are going to run away from accountability, how much more a mere ward councillor? Do you get it? How much more a ward committee member who is probably in charge of sports and arts and culture, or, you know, anything that has to do with young people and, you know, sports? So, anywho, you know, the escalating tensions between SAFA and external entities may have detrimental effects on the organization's public image and credibility, raising concerns about transparency and accountability in sports governance. So not only are we going to look at the organization's public image, its credibility, we're also going to question the channels. You know, how do they go about electing these leaders? What actually goes down in these conferences? You know, if he's going to wait for a conference to go and say what he said in the article, how dare you come for me? You know, that energy. So even Nala, it makes us question what they discuss kulama Congress wabo. And we must not take his attitude lightly. This man uza nenye entitlement engayazi ukuthi uyithatha phi, And it's just weird for him to be so arrogant about certain things. Whereas the only thing that we're asking for is transparency and accountability. We don't want people to just automatically go on defense mode whenever we ask for them to account for their contributions to certain flops that happened under their leadership. But then again, I'm not surprised. I mean, he is an ANC member slash leader. He's also, the former mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay, if I'm not mistaken. So, that ANC politician or ANC political leader mindset is something that he walked into the SAFA presidency with. And it's a problem now because he himself is flopping and he does not take kind to criticism. And like I'm going to repeat this thing again. If he is as innocent as he claims, why is he wasting funds with SAFA and using the banner of SAFA to fight these battles? Because clearly it's personal. Why is he taking personal attacks? Because that's how he views it. I mean, that's how he is reacting. It's as if people are coming, and they're ganging up against him. But then he then comes back and says, but I'm the president of SAFA. And then he uses that, his proximity and that power, to silence the naysayers and to try, push content that is meant to sanitize his image. So I'm just here like, lo lona. As we bring this video to an end, the saga between Jordaan, Newzroom Afrika, and the Hawks continues to captivate and intrigue audiences nationwide. Please do share your opinion on this in the comment section, Zitandwa.
That marks the end of today's video. Thank you so much for lending your eyes and ears. I hope that you found today's video informative. Please do not forget to click on that subscription button or light the notification bell so that you do not miss out on any new uploads. Enkosini.